Hello everybody, my name is Biffa and this is the 7th of 13 planned Dev Diary deep dives coming every Monday all the way through until September, where we take an in-depth look at every Cities Skylines 2 update, including the Colossal Order Dev Diaries, Dev Insights and more. This week we're diving into the topic of maps and themes, and there is some news about the size of maps which I know there's been a lot of speculation about, so watch out for that. Next week the topic is climate and seasons, so be sure to subscribe and be here this coming Monday for that Dev Diary deep dive. Okay, let's get stuck right into maps and themes. Right, let's start off with the feature highlight video and see what we can dig out of this.
It's easy to forget how much our day-to-day is shaped by where we live, but how our world looks, feels, and changes sets the scene for our lived experience. It's the same for the people in your city. And in Cities Skylines 2, the world is a whole lot bigger.
Yes, it is a lot bigger. And I can talk about this a little bit more as I've been recently playing the beta of the game. So let's have a look at this.
You can now build on an area 5 times.
So we've been seeing, this is New Dollarton. We've been seeing New Dollarton like this. And that would be, you know, a reasonable sized city, wouldn't it, on City Skylines 1 within the 9 tiles. And she's just about to say it's 5 times bigger.
Equivalent to 159 square kilometers.
Okay. So equivalent to 159 square kilometers to build on. So let's just have a look at this for a second. Wow, you can see. So initially, the sort of initial 9 squares that you could buy would be in here somewhere, but this is absolutely huge. You can see where it's been unlocked all the way to the edge in a various couple of places over here because you want to get your outside connections popped in. And connect, and you can see out here there's still beta gameplay, don't forget. So obviously this quadrant shouldn't look like that, but yeah, I'm just thinking what happens when, you know, the 81 tile mod devs get together and say let's just make a new one. So instead of whatever it is now, 441 tiles, it's, I mean, I don't even know what that would be, but that is humongous if we get to use all of this. But even just this is a lot. I built a city and it does not feel small. You don't feel like you're running out of space at all. Take it from me.
That's bigger than some countries. Maps are composed of individual tiles. Connect them to create a sweeping urban jungle, or don't connect them to...
Or don't connect them. That's the thing I like. So you can see here we've got little pockets that have been unlocked on their own. This one over here. This is separate here. This one here. So of course, if you wanted to build a road through there connecting it, if there wasn't one already, you'd have to get the tile so you could do that. But just your own little pocket of something. So on the city I'm building at the minute, there, for instance, if it was this map, there's oil over here. And I've got my main city over there. But there's a highway that runs through. So I just unlock the 2 or 3 squares that I want, build my little oil thing, and then connect it up to the highway, and it means you don't have to unlock your way all the way over, which is great. I've just realised this is New Zealand. No way, I didn't even notice that before. So I just noticed here it says Sippity Bluff. We've got some of the names here. Oh my goodness. Frosty Farms, Tea Hills. I can't even read that. I've got my contact lenses back now, by the way. And this is Blighty on the Wold over here. Here's my solar farm. How did I not notice this before? So you can see what I've done. I've like unlocked these, I think, going out to the edge with another little... I'm moving closer for that one. Biffington Hills, I think that is. I've got a couple of these unlocked right to the edge so I can import and export my stuff. And yeah, as you can see, look, I'm making money in this city. If I just move my mouse so it doesn't lift up that thing. Almost 28,000. I'm making money. I've got 8 million. This one was done with cheats up to a point, only to unlock bigger areas, so I could put bigger things down that people wanted to see and use. But it is honestly making that cost of money, so that's good. But yeah, you can see how it works. You've got permits, so out of 52, so that's what this is over here now. We know what they're called. They're permits, and you unlock those as you go along, and then you've got the costs, and you can unlock as many as you want up to the amount of permits that you've got, as long as you can afford it. And then it gives you information. And you can pop out the info views as well if you want to look and see what each of these gives you. But yeah, that's I didn't even notice that was New Zealand. I might come back and just talk about this if we get like a better view of this at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But let's continue with this for now.
Develop interesting little pockets of life. You can unlock 441 tiles on each map, but you'll have 9 to work with when you begin your city building.
So 441 altogether, that is the choice. But you can see here, look, all of this is unlocked, and you've still got, this is New Dollison now, still got 129 tiles to go. It is unbelievable. So the size is, everyone's been worried about the size being smaller and all these leaks that have gone out about it. Honestly, you don't have to worry about it at all.
Reach milestones to...
Right, this is what I want to have a look at. The milestones to unlock things. So every milestone, a lot happens, but it's not like before, which is where the development tree comes in. So you always get a loan limit increase. You always get a nice chunk of money. You always get this, which I can't remember what that is, and you get this as well. I don't think those have been spoken about. I'm not going to say anything. So you've hit the XP, you then get map tiles, you then get access to different things. So in the first one here, you'll get an access now to the city budget, city statistics down here. Then you get in different types of housing. You can see as you go further down, it will say things like roads and these different types of roads, but they're just available. You then have to unlock them in the development tree, as we've seen, and you still get Megalopolopolis as the top one, which is good. We've got some new ones in here. Look, thriving metropolis, flourishing, expansive, massive. So that's good. Different types of cities. So there's a lot to work through. And the city that I'm currently working on, so not New Zealand, if you haven't heard me say before, I've started a whole brand new one without any cheats, doing it all from scratch. And I'm probably up to around here somewhere, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Possibly I hit big town. Maybe even busy town. But yeah, lots of things to take away from that screen there, which is good.
Unlock more when you...
Oh, let's have a look at the next one. So there you go. Extra loan limit, 150,000. Taxation, already had that one. That's the same as that one by the look of it. We've got elementary school, high school. Let's go back. Let's jump back.
Reach milestone.
So city budget. Ah, okay. So you get access to the city budget. The other one had taxation. This is medium density row housing.
To unlock more when you...
And that was medium density housing. Okay, and taxation. So different things there. Education. You can see, there we go. New development tree is opened. And then these are the items. See, they're sort of offset a bit. That's like a subset of this. So you can unlock those if you wish. Or you might actually get... Yeah, because you get the basic stuff. You always get something basic in each category. But then, yeah, that's a new thing to unlock. And you get choice. So even though the theme of this city might be... I don't think someone actually tells you on the screen what the main theme is, but let's say it was EU, you can place either of these. You can mix in some medium density housing if you wish. Let's go to... Are they going to show the next one? Oh, yeah, they're going to show the next one. Loan limit jump. You get a big injection of cash. That's what this first thing is. Service budgets. So we know about that. Dropping the services, the cost up and down. But now we get this here. Oil drilling area hub. Mining area hub, forestry area hub, livestock farming. What the heck is that there? I know what that is, but unless you can particularly read what it is, I'm not going to mention it. But yeah, so that's really good. So now we've got all of these things unlocked quite early to helping you make the money.
Tiles that best serve...
Oh, we get Grand Village as well. There we go. So you get 1 million. District creation tool. So we're loving that with the nodes, aren't we? Production panel. That's interesting. So that really ties in with what has been spoken before in the Dev Diaries, all these new goods and how you can affect how many goods are made or not made or pushed in your city more via your taxes. So that's good. Access to policies, we know about those. Natural disasters are now unlocked. So up to then, I don't know what you actually get when you unlock that one. Yeah, whether it just then gives you natural disasters are going to happen if you've got them turned on, and then it might give you some ways of dealing with those. Transportation overviews, that's that one over here. And we've got low rent housing, some sort of office. We know what that is.
Your expansion plan.
Oh, and we get Tiny Town as well. So again, you get 1.2 million chucked in, some mixed stuff, vegetable farming, coal mining, communications. We spoke about that before, didn't we? So you've got the mailboxes and post office. Now that's new, isn't it? So before we spoke about the telecoms tower in this little button down here, but mailboxes. So you get to place those wherever you want the mailboxes to be around the place. No, I don't have a dog. That's a neighbour. And post office, well, we probably know how that works, going around picking up the mail. And we've seen the little, what I call the white postman Pat vans going around. So, yeah, there we go. Are we going to get one more?
Before you click, preview the total buildable area, what natural resources are available, and the cost of that tile. The expanded map inspires you to think big.
It does.
Remember to
think it looks so nice.
Height limits have increased too, freeing you to carve a city higher in the sky than ever before. Building on this scale also invites you to think outside of the box.
I'm liking the shiny look of the cars as well, and you're getting some reflections off of things here which are good. I'm liking that. I like these, the way it looks like you're looking into a room. Very cleverly done.
Literally. Create connections to cities beyond the edge of your map to open up trade routes that can accelerate your city's growth.
Oh, now that's worth something keeping in mind. I need to check in my current city whether I've actually got trains and stuff to the outside. I'm in a bit of a thing at the minute with my current city where I'm trying to balance the books and grow and pay back some loans that I did early on because I'm still learning the game. I'm really enjoying the challenge. But yeah, adding these outside connections, if you haven't already got them, is great. So that's another mod that's been added in, which is fantastic.
Before you select a map.
Okay, let's just go back to here. So on here, quite a few people have seen this before. So we've got log into a Paradox account and receive the medieval castle for free. So I don't know anything about that. I'm not able to do that yet, but that looks like a nice little addition that we can build a city around. A new game. So this here, Paradox mods. So we've briefly spoken about that before. That popped up, I'm pretty sure, in Surviving Mars and was used in some mods for games on consoles and that sort of thing. So what that's going to be, I don't know, but that is looking good to me. I'm going to be excited if that is going to be. I mean, we use the Steam Workshop. It's got its downfalls. We have to use mods like Skive for Cities Skylines 1 to manage your mods and to deal with problems when things don't download properly. When you're using a lot of mods and assets like me, I'm sure you've come across it. Steam can be a right pain in the backside. So interesting to see what Paradox mods is going to be. Let's continue on.
Before you select a map, look at where it sits on the globe. Is it north or south of the equator? And which hemisphere is it in? Check out how much of the map can be built on, which natural resources it has, and what, if any, connections already exist to neighboring cities.
So I can't remember which map I'm building on right now, but it has a lot of snow, and it really does drag on for longer than you would expect because of where the map is and the weather and all that sort of thing, which I'm really enjoying. Notice here the bonus maps, you probably spotted that's a pre-order to get San Francisco and Tampere, which will be great. But yeah, loads of lovely looking maps here, lots of different options. So when people start getting stuck into making more maps for the game, that's going to be interesting to see, isn't it?
Found a map you like? Click.
And again, just going to mention here, yeah, there is like what's the word I'm looking for? So unlock all and unlimited money sandbox. So if you tick those two, then you still need to sort of, you still have the challenge when you're playing, that you need to sort of get things done in a certain way because we know people need to have their well-being filled and all their happiness and all those different things to push the demands of the different, zoning options up and down, all that sort of stuff. So it's not like sandbox and the game's just going to run. It's sandbox and it will give you everything and you can place everything. You don't have to worry about making money. So it's not going to be difficult if you use those two options. Tutorials, very good. I used the tutorials when I first started. Very good tutorials, so can't complain about that. Left-hand traffic. So yeah, we all want to know about that for building our European cities. And yeah, natural disasters included as well.
And give your city a name. This is also your chance to change the default theme if you want to.
Chirped.
There are two themes, European and North American.
What themes would you like to see? If more themes were added, later on through the workshop or Paradox mods or whatever, what would you like to see? Let me know in the comments.
Themes shape the look and feel of your city, from street markings to cop cars. The biggest difference is the architectural style of residential and commercial buildings. You can add buildings from the other theme when zoning your city. This lets you pepper European buildings in your North American city, and vice versa. Still, the theme you choose dominates the appearance of your city, and it can't be changed later. There are 10 maps.
I like those. Just go back here. Look, these will be the mixed ones, weren't they? Are these shops, or they've just got these awnings over the top? It doesn't look like shops underneath, does it? I just really like the look of those little awnings there.
And it can't be changed later. There are 10 maps in the base game, each drawing inspiration from real-world locations. You might even recognize them. And with the vast area available on the new expanded maps, terrains are more varied, resources are more accessible, and there are more ways to connect to other cities. You'll discover maps where life is lived on the sandy beaches of a sprawling archipelago.
Oh, that's just great, isn't it? That is just fantastic. Use that as a wallpaper.
Maps that invite you to build at high altitudes with a mountainside map, or along the winding waters of a rich river delta. There might even be a map that looks like the world outside your window. Select the map that stirs your imagination to set the stage for life and living in the...
I'm just looking at that and thinking, how big would that city have to be? So you get the sense of scale when you look at that little junction down there and that teeny one piece of road. You could probably fit all of New Dollarton in here and New Zealand, and then you've still got all of this. And then if it wasn't mountainous, you've got all of that. I mean, that is just vast, the size of the maps that are available now. I tell you, they are big.
City of your dreams.
I think that's the end. What do you think about the map sizes? I am very excited. Okay, now we're going to just nip back to the video from Thursday last week. Right, so this is the Dev Insight video from Thursday just gone, talking about electricity and water. And there's a few insights in this as well, so let's dive in.
Let's get electrified with electricity and water.
The thing I love the most from these is all these pictures of the city and how amazing they look, particularly at sunset, all the lights on and that sort of thing. There's a few sort of beauty shots as we go through. I could grab a couple of the other ones, and that's like my desktop wallpapers. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do that once once I've finished making this video.
Just like in Cities Skylines 1. In Cities Skylines 2, the electricity and water are very critical for your city. Without electricity and water, your city cannot function. Now the player can put the cables either overground or underground.
So actually there we can see these are the larger power cables. And I think they're just going to go underground. Yeah, they look like they're underground, don't they? Yeah, so these are above ground going this way, and these are below ground. So actually, you don't need to have, by the look of it, any power cables above ground if you don't want to. You can have them all underground. And these are the smaller ones like we've got under here, which we'll see used a bit later in the video. So that's something worth noticing. And we're in rectangular. I'm not quite sure.
Either overground or underground.
Oh, notice there, sorry to go back again, I'm noticing other things. As these lines are being placed, that also is counting towards XP as well, so that's worth noticing. Oh, parallel line tool being used for them, excellent.
Groundwater is water that is underground, and that has to be accessed with the groundwater pump. Groundwater is...
Yeah, so we spoke about this before, didn't we? The groundwater that's available, and I've just noticed there's a usage here as well, so that's going to affect where you're going to place these. You get the water output a month, yeah, the upkeep. So these they are quite expensive from what I remember. And also talking about money, bear in mind this is a month and this is per hour, so I'm not quite sure what the maths would be to go from one from the other. I just think I need to go and work that out, but yeah,
somewhat limited resource. If you overpump it, then it will run out.
Oh, there we go. So we've got the solar power ones. Going to talk about sticking a battery down. In the video, I thought they move. I think it was just the shadows, the way that it was going over. But beta gameplay, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Support building for your electricity service. It can support your electric grid in dire times.
So here again, we've got this flow that's going on. So this is the emergency battery station, how long it's going to be full, which is fantastic. And we can see these flow in a certain direction as well, which is interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. So it might be that using the parallel tool, you can put two and have one going one way, one going the other, if that's needed. I'll do some tests on that, whether these actually will work going both ways, whether they always do only go one way. Yeah, I think I'm going to get New Zealand out and have a bit of a test.
The emergency battery station is a great companion for the solar power station. During the daytime, the solar power station can charge up the
Is it moving?
battery
I don't know.
station, and during the nighttime, the emergency
Yeah, there we go. So we get the flow on these as well. So 400 megawatts, consumption 121. What size city is this? Let's move the cursor to 45,000. So this is new rectangular, isn't it? Sorry, at its largest almost. And these are easily going to be able to cope with the full amount. So if you're bringing that in from outside or spreading it from one part of the city to the other, they'll be fine. Yeah.
the battery station can release the energy back into the electric grid.
Yeah, you can see the direction there again. They're coming up here and then they're going this way, which makes sense, but not that way. So maybe this side isn't hooked up to a transformer.
The game features two different kinds of cables, the high voltage and the low voltage. High voltage can transfer a lot of energy via the single cable line. The low voltage cables transfer
Yeah, they do the direction thing as well, don't they?
a low amount of electricity by themselves. The low voltage cables are also built into the roads.
Yeah, that's good. So that is a big change in the game. We sort of over time, again with the water pipes as well, it went from just placing them anywhere to cover an area to having them meticulously under the roads and that sort of thing. They're all under the roads now. So the inter-area connections you do yourself, but main things under the roads where they belong.
The cables have a limit to how much they can transfer. So if you're powering a whole district via the low voltage power cables, it can cause some bottlenecks.
Yeah, so you're just saying there you can bottleneck. So if you've got just a low voltage cable going between a big area, so they've obviously got the transformer here, they've disconnected it to show this off. But going straight through this smaller cable, yeah, not enough space. So capacity is the word, isn't it? Yeah, so
To bypass these bottlenecks,
that's where your design of the city and your electrical network comes in, which I prefer that. It's more of a gameplay thing, isn't it? Rather than just placing it because you have to.
Low voltage via the transformer station. All your favorite electricity buildings from Cities Skylines 1 are back in Cities Skylines 2.
And again, big difference in costs per month. I mean, that is, you know, we get the small coal power plant, one of these down here, but the jump up in upkeep. So even though it does 500 megawatts, I mean, even a city, this is 95,000, I think it was, is only using 175 megawatts. So that just tells you how big perhaps they're going to get if we have things that do 500 megawatts or more.
They have it powered up and they are now even bigger and better. Just like with other city services, the electricity and water and sewage buildings have
Upgrades.
a ton of upgrades. Upgrades bring variety and options for you as a player, so you can either improve your city productions
And XP.
electricity capacity storage or sewage treatment or water and pumping.
Oh, more shots. Love it.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we go over the maps and themes.
So this will be probably the biggest change that we've got with the map size. We've got some pics on the screen again from the earlier videos. I'm just going to read this little segment to you. It says, in Cities Skylines, the playable area consists of 5x5 tiles, 9 of which can be purchased once everything is unlocked. So 9 you can buy, 25 altogether. We know there was mods that would give you 25 and 81 tiles. One map tile is 1.92 by 1.92 kilometers, which results in a total playable area being 92.16 kilometers squared, with a maximum of 33.18 kilometers squared to build a city on. So those are the two figures to keep in mind. In Cities Skylines 2, things are different. So now we have a whopping 441 tiles, even though individually the tiles are smaller. And I read you this, that results in a playable area of 159 kilometers squared. which is roughly 5 times bigger than in Cities Skylines. So that's the comparison, the figures that you want. You had a total playable area of 92.16 kilometre. Now you've got a total playable area of 159 kilometres squared. And you can unlock 441 tiles on that. So that is great. So then we had this lovely overview of New Zealand, begging your pardon, discussing different ways of unlocking the tiles and that sort of thing, which we've spoken about. But I thought I'd just see if we could do a little bit of zooming in here and just take a look at some of the things that we've built. So you can see we've got our solar plant over here. Nice junction off the motorway, off the highway, beg your pardon. I'm pretty sure I set this one up to be like an American-styled city, and then I sort of mixed and matched and did all sorts of things. But yeah, we started off with this nice big train station, you can see. And yeah, a few little parks and things. I just thought I'd zoom in, give you an eye. This was, I'll tell you what I did first. Is I built over here first. Here we go. I started here. I'm pretty sure this is where it came off. So we've got Teaport, Teaville. Oh man, it's getting blocky. Detroit, Tahiti, Sipperty Bluff, Frosty Farms. Anybody recognise that name? Blighty on the Wold. We saw. Was that it? I think that was it. Oh, and over here, I knew there was another one. Biffington Oil. So you can see I've done that thing where I've unlocked these up here. Wanted to get to oil. It was on this sort of national road that was going through here. So I've put this little junction in. I've got a little roundabout in there, and you can see I'm making of the oil, which is working really well. But this is huge. I mean, the size of this is 27,000, and yeah, it's growing really well. So yeah, I started here. Got the normal sort of industry here. Got the lower density residential, and then I've sort of spread down this main road. This I remember is like a big dip in the road as well. It's quite, you can see all the dirt's been pushed back, so I could get this in here. What do you think that is? Can't say. And then we've got the farms. You can see the lovely shape of the farms as well. And I think after I sent this save in, I did actually carry on building on here a bit further afterwards. And I'm pretty sure I sort of filled this all in with farms to really start giving those sort of farms all around the place type look. And I just trying out some different shapes over there, and then connected to this highway over to that highway. So yeah, it was a nice city to build in. All the different types of height of buildings, I was trying them all out all over the place. What's this over here? So we've got our electrical plant. I think I remember this one's on, obviously. This one's turned off because I was trying to make enough to export to make enough money. And I was sort of testing, having one on, one off, which way it worked best. And then I think, yeah, Sipperty Bluff. This was, I've got to be careful whether this has been mentioned or not. Yeah, this is something else that was over here. Oh man, I need to like remember every single thing that's ever been mentioned everywhere. And then we had more farms over here. Some of the other different goods that are available. So just put in a nice little simple junction, built that myself, very proud, and put up these 2 farms. And it actually took a while for these to start working, but yeah, they kicked in and they worked quite well. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that off. And then after I'd done that, I then thought, oh, can I just like build an entirely separate city? So I unlocked these all the way down here and then just started this one, Blighty on the Wold. And I went for like a big grid using the new grid tool. Is it shown here? No. To just try that out, and then sort of cutting out different areas to, you know, sort of use some of these different buildings in there and stuff like that. And it worked really well. It's a nice quick way of putting items down. I'm trying to swing the camera around like I'm actually playing the game. It's a picture biffer. And yeah, that worked out really well. And this is just sort of trying things out, you know, so it's not a fully fleshed out area at all. And then I had to hand the save in, and that was that. But I thought I'd just show you that. So you can see definitely, we're talking about maps, how the different maps work. You can see the outside connections down here. So if you wanted to unlock tiles all the way and connect up to them, which I must have done at a later date, or I think, yeah, this isn't, yeah, this was a later save, I think. And why have I undone this little area up here? Oh, I've unlocked these up here for some reason, not sure why, but anyway, yeah, you get the idea with the way the tiles and the maps and everything works. I thought I'd just show you that. So then in the online dev diary, we get a lot of information about all the maps that are available. So nice pictures, we'll see in a second. So there's 10 maps that are originally available to us. If you have the pre-order, you get the bonus maps of San Francisco and Tampere as well. So let's just scroll through some of these pictures, enjoy the lovely views, and I'll tell you a little bit about those as well. So first there's Archipelago Haven, which has lots of islands, atolls, lagoons, peninsulas, low-level land formations, and a nice highway that connects the two main islands together. Second, there's Barrier Island, mostly flat, and then you have a couple of islands that form a barrier in front of the mainland. With it being flat, easy to build an airport, easy to build a nice big open city, and with access to the seaways as well. I do like the look of the third one, Great Highlands, based on the Highlands region in Scotland, with a great big lock or two. It's 3 locks on there, I think, or more, which would be really interesting to build around. And number 4, based on the Finnish Lakeland region, lots of small little lakes, a few little islands in there, some nice rolling hills as well. European cities are going to look fantastic on this one. And Mountain Village, taking inspiration from the Alps. Look at that low flat area in the middle of all those mountain ranges with those beautiful rivers that all meet in the middle. That is going to make a perfect place for a very nice looking city. And then River Delta. I love the look of this one with the river that runs down through the hills into a delta and out into the sea. So you've got a flat area where you can build your city between the sort of two hilly areas. But also, if you start getting out into the delta, you've got those little islands as well that you could build some nice little communities on. And then inspired by New Zealand's Canterbury Plains, we have the map Sweeping Plains with an amazing mountainous backdrop and access to the sea as well, with a nice big area of flat land for you to build on. Everybody likes a bit of flat land, don't they? Then we have Twin Mountain, taking inspiration from Iceland's coast. And this one is interesting because it doesn't have a train track connection in the map. So if you want that, you're going to have to build to the outside to get an outside connection. Of course, you can build your internal train networks, but perhaps a little challenge there. And Waterway Pass, with a lovely meandering river going right through the middle of the map, north to south, with an east and west mountain range to work your way around. We're not going to get around that, are we? That's the edge of the map until we get the 1000 unlimited tile mod. And we're going to see that in the future. But I'm looking at these maps thinking, you know, I want to start another city and try that one. That looks nice. I like that. And finally, possibly, we can't confirm, designed by Slarty Bartfast himself, Windy Fjords, with lots of little inlets and outlets on the coast there. Small bay, access to the sea, looking very, very nice. So a couple of big takeaways there. The size of the maps, very exciting, and the maps are huge. Take it from me, they are very big. Lovely to see New Zealand. And the themes, are there going to be more themes added through the workshop, Paradox mods maybe, who knows? What would you like to see? Let me know. And subscribe before you go so you don't miss next week's Dev Diary deep dive. And before that, we'll have a build in one of my Cities Skyline 1 cities. Thanks for your support. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.